Hello, Gene Schwimmer here. Welcome to today's vlog. As you know, if you've been watching my vlogs, I record them the day before you see them, except for the Monday vlog, which is recorded on Friday before the weekend. Anyways, this is the day before Election Day that I'm recording this. You are watching this on Election Day. So I'm giving you some poll results here, the last poll results I'm going to have before the election. You may already know the real results by the time you watch this video. It depends what time you watch it. But I do want to share them, and then I have a short subject, the main subject for today, just a video, a very interesting, wonderful, heartwarming video that I would like to share with everybody. But before we get to that, let me get to the poll results. Actually, let me just say one more thing, that because I record these the day before you see them, there very likely will not be a video on Wednesday, because Tuesday I'm going to be watching the election results like everybody else. I don't think I'm going to want to be editing a video. Now on to the poll results. These come as usual from my two go-to pollsters, Rasmussen and Trafalgar, because of their great track records. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens in this election, because they disagree on percentages, but they also don't agree on certain results. So it's going to be interesting to see who was right, because obviously they cannot both be right. So here we have Rasmussen, starting with Trump's approval, 52%, which is a good sign for getting reelected. Full disclosure, I'm a conservative, so when I say a good sign, take that into consideration, that I'm supporting Trump in this election. But it's obviously good news if you're a supporter of Donald Trump. 52% approval rating, 52% usually is a good sign for re-election. Now we have Ohio, which is Trump 48 and Biden 45. So Trump ahead in Ohio by a fairly good margin. That is another good sign for Trump. Now on to Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania has Biden ahead of Trump. 49 for Biden and 45 for Trump. So that is not a good sign for Trump. Well, put it this way, he could win without it, but it would be very hard for Biden to win without Pennsylvania. So it's looking good, at least in Pennsylvania, for Biden. But you'll see in a moment there may be a caveat there. The last poll I have from Rasmussen is the horse race poll, just the general election of Biden and Trump. It has Biden ahead by a single point, 48 to 47. This is the national vote, so that could be good news, it could be bad news, because it's the overall election, it's not the state-by-state electoral college. As we know, in 2016, Trump lost the popular vote. Could very well happen again this time, but won the electoral college. It would actually be pretty amazing and wonderful, if you're a Trump supporter, if Trump were to win the popular vote. I don't expect that to happen, but if it did, you would probably be able to hear liberal heads exploding all the way from where I am in Tennessee to Timbuktu. It would be the election result heard around the world, but I think all the election results, or just who won, will be heard around the world. In fact, I would even say, if you're going to go on YouTube and cruise the various reporting stations and websites for the election, you might want to look at BBC, the British Broadcasting Corporation. It's interesting to see how the British evaluate our elections and how they give the coverage. It's interesting, so you might want to look at that. Now on to Trafalgar. Trafalgar, Pennsylvania. Now this is the difference between Trafalgar and Rasmussen, because Rasmussen has Biden ahead 49 to 45. Trafalgar has Trump ahead 47.8 to 45.9. They obviously don't agree. They obviously cannot both be right. So I'm looking forward to seeing which of these two pollsters, both of them with excellent track records, are right. I am obviously hoping that it is Trafalgar. Notice also that Trafalgar is a little bit more precise. They don't, Rasmussen gives round figures like 49 to 45, and Trafalgar it's 47.8 to 45.9, so they go out one decimal place. Ohio, 49.2 for Trump, ahead of Biden, 44.4. So here's where Rasmussen and Trafalgar both agree that Trump will carry Ohio according to their polls. That is a good sign for Trump, because usually, I don't know when the last exception was. I honestly can't think of one. Usually, whichever candidate won Ohio won the election. We'll see if that holds true this time. Then Michigan, Trafalgar has Trump ahead, 48.3 to 45.8. That is good for Trump, because if he wins, well, Biden, according to one analysis that I read, Biden has to carry all four of the Midwestern states or the Rust Belt states that Trump carried: Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin. Biden has to carry every one of those four states to win. That's my understanding. Trump can lose one or more. He only has to carry one of those four states. That's what this same analysis said. And I've been working through scenarios myself, and I see how Trump could win without Pennsylvania. My big worry was Iowa. Now it looks like he's ahead there. Not only that, but Joni Ernst, the senator, the Republican senator who was behind her challenger, now it looks like she is well ahead too. And then in Michigan, it looks like John James, Republican challenger, is ahead too. So that is a good sign if you're a Republican or if you're rooting for the Republicans, for the Senate staying in Republican hands. The last one, North Carolina, Trafalgar has Trump ahead, 48.6 to 46.5. Those are the last polls before the election. As I said, you may already know how accurate those results are and whether Rasmussen or Trafalgar are right about Pennsylvania, depending how late tomorrow you watch this. And then, well, actually, we may not know because of this whole mail-in ballot mess. It depends on the margins of victory. It depends on how many electoral votes the winner gets. We may not know the result, and if it's close, you can expect court cases. Trump has already said that he has lawyers in Pennsylvania because there seems to be a relatively greater chance for cheating there, because mail-in ballots can be counted as much as 3 days after the election. I don't think signatures have to be validated, or that the envelopes even have to be postmarked. So obviously, if all of that is true, I may be mixing up Pennsylvania with another state, but if that is true, then that is something that Trump is especially going to have to watch. So I hope he carries Pennsylvania comfortably. Now on to today's subject, which is simply a video that I want to share with everybody. As I said, it's a very heartwarming video. It's just some people expressing support for Donald Trump. It is people, however, it will surprise you who these people are, or it may not. Once you see who these people are, I was pleasantly surprised. Put it that way, you will be pleasantly surprised, especially, I would say, if you support President Trump, but it should hearten everybody who supports freedom. So without further ado, watch.
I'm a Hong Kong activist.
Hello, I'm a Hong Kongers.
I'm one of the Hong Kong protesters who went to UK seeking for asylum.
A Hong Konger?
As a Hong Konger,
舊年我哋面對咗好多中共嘅壓迫，包括國安法同埋呢個送中條例。共和黨政府喺舊年彭佩奧同埋呢個彭斯幫助香港人好多。
喺過去4年，特朗普同埋共和黨對中國擺出強硬嘅姿態。
I want to say thank you to President Trump for supporting Hong Kong.
Thank President Trump for supporting Hong Kong.
I want to say thank you to President Trump to exposing the problem of Chinese Communist Party.
先後發動貿易戰，關注香港反送中運動，阻止習近平出兵香港，並且通過香港人權及民主法案，幫助受中共殘害嘅義士。未來4年，我哋需要敢作敢為嘅共和黨政府團隊，包括副總統彭斯先生、國務卿龐佩奧先生，一齊阻止中共破壞世界嘅民主自由。
We think Trump can help Hong Kong, as all we know that Joe Biden have a lot of connection with China. I support Trump.
Trump is the only choice because Trump is the only person who can against the China or the Chinese Communist Party.
Choose the right person at the right time.
What kind of life and the future you want?
We haven't got our rights to vote, but you have. Vote Trump, say no to CCP.
The world needs a strong U.S. government to fight against the Chinese Communist Party. We have to support you, Donald Trump. We want you to become the next president of the United States.
I support Donald Trump be the next president of the United States. Thank you, Donald Trump, for supporting Hong Kong in the past 1 year. Freedom won't come back if you give it away.
We need Trump. The world needs Trump.
Make the world rich again.
Please, 2020, vote Trump.
Oh, please support Donald Trump.
Trump 2020.
Vote Trump.
To make a wise decision for this election day.
維護正義與世界和平，特朗普總統做到了。2020投特朗普總統一票。
2020 vote Trump. President Trump destroys CCP tyranny. Don't trust China. China is asshole.
Trump 2020.
President Trump, save life from CCP. I vote for Trump again and again.
香港人。
And that's it for today. Just wanted to share that video, give you some last minute poll results. And now, if you haven't voted yet, then get out there and vote, hopefully for the candidate of my choice. But in either case, exercise your right to vote. And I'll see you as soon as I can with a new video. As I said, might not be Wednesday, it may be Thursday. And what else is left? Oh, thumbs up if you like this video. Share with anybody you think would also like the video. If you got any comments, put them in the comment section below the video. You can also ask questions, suggest future topics. You could subscribe. I love getting subscribers. You could also visit my music channel. I put a link in the description below. It's just some original songs that I do myself, but if you want to listen to some great music, I know they're great songs because I made them myself. So go watch them if you have a chance, but most of all, come back and see me again. I look forward to seeing all of you again, and until I do see all of you again, bye.
Now, on the political scene, one of the Democratic candidates is Senator Joseph Biden. Have you seen the problem he's been having? He went around and made a speech, and apparently he quoted I think it was a British politician, took his speech and kind of paraphrased it as his own. And then the press got on him, and then he was charged also with taking part of Bobby Kennedy's speeches. And Biden says, not to worry, he reassured his staff. He said, we have nothing to fear but fear itself.